Reporting from San Francisco, this is Joanna Ladd. I'm filling in from Whitney Jones, who is out today with a case of the sissies. In an unprecedented move of boundless generosity, the nonprofit Chinatown Community Development Center, or CCDC as it is known, is offering a gift to immediately improve the city of Philadelphia. Although Philadelphia is a fairly well-established city and has managed to get by for some years now, there's a feeling amongst the staffers at Chinatown CDC that, well, it could do better. Thus, having just spent years and probably more than $100 honing him into the superstar he is today, Chinatown CDC has decided to give Tim Scammell to the city of Philadelphia as a gift. Tim's coworkers are completely conflicted about the gift. On the one hand, they recognize the gaping hole that Tim's leaving will create in the Housing Development Department, as well as amongst the rock and roll community of San Francisco, not to mention the further loss of civility that San Francisco will bear without Tim's presence improving our public transit and nightclub scene. For more from our man on the street, let's go to Pat Ottolini.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Ottolini, Special City Hall correspondent to the news. As you can see behind me, a tower crane raising up. Construction is booming in San Francisco, with over 25 tower cranes erected in this city right now. It makes total sense why they would take a strong asset like Tim Scammell and put him in charge of crane safety in the city of Philadelphia. City Hall has been reeling with this news all day, and knowing that our permit process is so simple and so streamlined here in San Francisco that losing someone like Tim is really going to affect the management of every construction project in the city. And we really wanted to bring Mayor Lee out here to make some comments, but let's be honest, I'm a pretty new appointee and I don't have the kind of pull to bring the mayor out for my own political jokes. So, back to you, Whitney.
Thank you, Pat. On the other hand, Philly. Really? Given the obvious needs there, it was a gift grudgingly given in recognition of the greater need. Chinatown CDC makes no claim that this will lead to the Delaware River no longer being flammable or Philadelphians not throwing snowballs at Santa Claus, but it's a start. This just in. Back to Pat Ottolini with an urgent message.
Hi everybody, Patrick Ottolini again, City Hall correspondent for the news. To give you an update on the new seismic legislation, which Tim Scammell was so responsible for and instrumental in its development. And, you know, that guy just stole my iPhone!
Really, we can't think of any greater gift to make to the city of brotherly love. In fact, we expect that this gift may even improve the greater eastern seaboard, perhaps to the extent of making it habitable for future Californians looking for a change. However, as noted, this gift is not given without the pain and suffering on the part of Chinatown CDC and the San Francisco community. You're welcome, Philadelphia. Now over to Danny with the weather.
And here's Danny Yu with the weather.
Okay, the weather at San Francisco always no good. And the weather at Philadelphia always sunny is good.
Thank you, Danny.
Okay.
Thank you, Danny. We now go to Heather with the rock and roll report.
Hello, and welcome to the San Francisco Rock and Roll Report. Tonight, we have a very special edition, and we are profiling that mega bassist we all know and love, Tim Scammell. Oh yes, I want to take you back to the very early days, when he was 7 years old and started his first band, named Startled Ferret. Yes, it was an 80s hair tribute band, much like that of Quiet Riot, complete with costumes and makeup. And they had this wonderful song, I'm sure you'll all remember. It goes like this: ya, 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 ya. And we just thought that was complete genius at the time, because what could be like better than a song that only has one word, you know? Unfortunately, that band didn't last too long because their drummer, who was only 7 at the time, overdosed in Akron on raw cookie dough. This was the first of many tragedies for the drummers in Tim Scammell's band. This band was known for its pyrotechnics. They had these like giant cans of hairspray that like shot fire on the stage. And so this is what really got Dee Snider's attention. And so they've decided to do a New Jersey Pride tour as soon as Tim gets back to Philly. And it's going to be a benefit, of course, for like Hurricane Sandy victims. And so once again, rocking that civic pride. Thank you, Tim. From the beginning, Startled Ferret, a 7-year-old, starts a band.
But then when he got a little older, I believe he was like 13, he started this band with the precocious name of
Beefcake.
And that moved on when he went to college to a band called
the Freshman 15.
After college, the band upscaled to be called
Full on Chubby.
And at that point, these grown men decided that instead of full-on chubby, they had
Throbbing Headaches.
yes, throbbing headaches. Finally, throbbing headaches decided that they were going to go in their own directions, as often bands do, started at 15. And as a result, these gentlemen went in different directions. Tim, of course, was attracted to the metal scene, and so he started a band. We'll never forget this name. It was known as
Hot Enema.
Hot Enema, then morphed into being
The Groovy Uvulas.
when they took on a new drummer after their drummer in that band actually exploded. And after the Groovy Uvulas, they morphed into another band called
Satan's Sidekicks.
and then finally,
The Necromaniacs.
from the Necromaniacs, they merged into a group called
The House Rockers, which quickly morphed into the Dog Catchers, which then went to the Home Wreckers, and then they started a band based in a warehouse in the Tenderloin called House of Fans.
Eventually, those members went, of course, in their own direction, as they often do in the metal scene, and he started playing in some tribute bands.
Ironic Butterfly, and then Hot Cheesy Tuna.
Tired of his tribute bands, Tim decided to go off on his own and form some more original bands, some jam bands, which has brought us to his next incarnation, which was known as
Colossal Sex Weapon. With a name like that, you know they sold out shows.
But sadly, that drummer met an unfortunate end as well and was murdered after the second gig. Eventually, Sam, the only bulletproof drummer that they've been able to find in this whole 30-year-long career of bands, has joined them eventually, and they've formed a new venture.
The Hollow Mirrors. But sadly, with Tim Scammell leaving the San Francisco rock and roll scene, we need to find a replacement mega bassist for the band Hollow Mirrors. And so with that, here on tonight's special rock and roll report, I'd like to show you the secret footage of the bassist auditions for Tim Scammell's replacement in Hollow Mirrors. Cue that footage. Hollow Mirrors, bassist auditions, take 1. Next, Hollow Mirrors, bassist auditions, take 9.
Can I break it? Can I break it? Please, please, can I break it? No? Oh, shit. Riot! Riot! Anarchy! And flowers. And flowers. And flowers.
Thank you! Next, Hollow Mirrors, bassist auditions, take 3.
You ready?
Yeah, man, it's an audition.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
You ready?
Cool, cool. Go for it, man. Cool.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right.
Lay it down, man. Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah. We're on. We're live.
You ready?
Oh, we're there, man. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna change it up. You ready?
Dude, are you tuning?
No, man, this is the groove, man.
Have you seen our YouTube site?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can put a little bit more heat on that machine, man. Let's get some bass going. Thump it, blow it, go hard.
This is it.
This is your game, huh? All right, give it to us good. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah.
Next.